In these problems, we are finding derivatives with the chain rule. But instead of being given formulas for our functions, we're just given some information about the function. So we know that f of 3 equals 5 and f prime of 3 equals 4. And we need to find the derivative of y here, which is defined as f of x squared. So how do we approach this? I think the first thing we need to do is rewrite this function, our function y, in a way that allows us to use the chain rule. So I'm just going to write it instead of as f of x quantity squared as u squared. And that I know how to take the derivative of. I just apply the power rule to that. But remember, u equals f of x. So f of x is our inside function. So we'll take the derivative of that, we'll plug that back in, and then we'll take the derivative of the inside portion and multiply it on the end. So that's what this says up here. So let's do the outside function. So taking the derivative, I get 2u to the first power. And then I want to plug what u is back in there. So that's 2 times f of x. And then I need to multiply this by f prime of x. So f prime of x. Okay, so there is our derivative using the chain rule. Let's plug those values back in. We know that we want to find this at x equals 3. F of 3 is 5, so that's this value in here. So this is 2 times 5 times f prime of x. And f prime of x, f prime of 3, is 4. So this is 2 times 5 times 4, which is going to be 40. All right, let's try one more. This time we want to find f prime of -5, and f is defined as g of x. So how do we write the chain rule there? Well, g is the outside function, so we want the derivative of that, so g of x, and we have to multiply it by the derivative of the inside function, which is g of x. So g prime of x times g prime of x. And we've been given a whole bunch of values here, so let's try not to get confused. We're going to start inside what is g of x, and we want to find this at -5. So what is g of -5? Well, that's 4, but we're not done because we want g prime of that. So what's g prime of 4? That's -6. So this chunk becomes -6. And now, again, we're looking for this at -5, so we want g prime of -5, and that is 7. So -6 times 7 is -42. So that's how to find derivatives with the chain rule when you're just given a few points of information.